Hello, welcome to Eli's 21st Century Knowledge Community. Today's lesson is going to be from MegaGoal 3, and it's the first unit in the book called the Intro Unit. So today we'll be focusing on pages 2 and 3. We will go through how to prepare it and design it, how to create the task for learning for your students with some explanation. So let's start. The first thing that you will see from every video that we'll produce for you is how this is designed. So for example, this is the book for grade 11. The unit is the intro unit. The book is MegaGoal 3. The title of the unit does not have a title, so we put intro. Now, on pages 2 and 3, the student will see 6 texts for reading about general topics. The features of these texts are they're all single paragraph articles of about 70 words each. Most of the sentences are simple sentence structure, but we have some compound sentences. Now, the thought that these sentences express are mostly sentences that express facts. In this column, we put the vocabulary that we want them to become familiar with, but we're not going to use them probably in this lesson. We just want them to be familiar with. And as we have worked from the very beginning, from the past few years, the idea is if you have a page or two in the book, what do you want the students to be able to do when they finish a 40-minute session? Well, in this case, from the list of the I can statements, I can see a printed text, which means I can read the text, made up of 60 to 100 words. Each of the all the sentences are 80% simple and 20% compound sentences. No detail in the sentence exceeds 5 words, and the student will be able to tell the purpose, main idea, author's viewpoint, etc. But today we're going to focus on the main idea. So what will the student be able to process? The ability to find the main idea and the ability to conceptualize the words and titles. By the end of the session, the focal point tool for assessment is that the student will be able to write a title for each of the 3 articles. So at the end of the session, we're going to give the students 3 short articles. We can give them 6, but that would take too much work and time. We just want to make sure that they're able to do it. So we're going to give them 3 articles similar to the 6 written here. And excuse me, the students need to write a title for that article, okay? So remember the color code. The brown means that we are opening the lesson with some task. The green means that they are learning. The blue means that they are working alone and checking. And the yellow is when they assess themselves or when we give them an assessment. Now, this assessment is directly linked to the assessment that you're also going to put in the test. How do we start? So the opening task for the first session is you can choose either of these instructions. You can tell them in pairs, tell each other words for each of the 6 pictures, or you can tell them write 2 to 3 words for each picture, and then in pairs, tell each other the words that you wrote. So for example, you can put each picture on a slide by itself, or you can just tell them the numbers and project this on the screen for them. They can start by telling each other, book, books, title, black, textbooks, English language books. And then here we can say rocks, sky, desert. Some of them might even say Alula. Here, the Makkah clock tower, the Makkah clock royal tower, etc. Now, there are no right answers. What you want to do is to activate their English so that they are producing words in English for the pictures. The pictures will guide us for the topics. No picture should take more than 30 seconds for them to write or to say words to each other. You want to move real fast. You want this slide, after they practice and they learn how to do it, in future lessons, A tool like this should not take more than 2.5 minutes. Now, you continue. These are taken from their books. So you can tell them open your books, or you can tell them look at the text on the screen. Again, look at the instructions. Find the following words in each article. So you want them to find the words and underline them. What's the purpose of telling them something so simple? Well, when they look for the word, those words are going to stand out for them. And when they are looking for the words in the text, their eyes are skimming and scanning over the text. So we are helping them develop that strategy of skim and scan, but you have to be looking for something. All right. So they find the ebook and they underline it. They find the word digital and they underline it. Then find words in the article that can help explain the meaning of these words. So we're not looking for the meaning. We're looking for words that can help explain the meaning. And again, not all the words have to come from here, but they can use words from here like this. Ebook. So paper, not paper. So an ebook is not a paper book. E could stand for electronic book. So these are the words that help us. Let's go to the word digital. Again, has become so much, become an integral part of life. Like smartphone is an integral part of life, electronics. Therefore, you are looking for words or ideas that can help to explain the meaning. We'll do more on that later. Now let's go to the second slide. That's article number 2. Again, the article is in the book. Now we're looking for the words ecotourism and funds. Give them 15 seconds, 20 seconds to find the word ecotourism and funds and underline them. So after they underline them, you underline the words for them to check if they found them. Which words allow us to understand or explain ecotourism? So the words are in the text. Again, you need to give them 20 seconds, 30 seconds. What you want to do is build up speed rather than take 15 minutes to do this. Now let's look at ecotourism. Travelers observe and experience life and culture in a natural location. So these are the words that help explain ecotourism. Now let's go to the word funds. Funds, this type of tourism often provides funds. So what are funds? Notice, funds contribute to the development of the local economy. Now, let's not forget that this is grade 7, so they have a good background knowledge of English. This is not for complete beginners. If the students are complete beginners and are in grade 11, we need to redesign this completely for them. We are not doing the differentiation now. We're doing the mainstream learning, and later on, we can work together to develop, something for the lower ability and then something for the higher ability. But this one is mainstream. Let's go to the third article. So here's the third article. All they need to do is find the word clock face. And when they underline it, you underline it as well. Which words are going to help us understand clock face? So the Maca Clock Royal Tower, the Maca Clock Royal Tower. I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with this. It's a magnificent sight. The word large can help us. Remember, we're not finding words that explain. We are finding words that can help explain, all right? Now let's go to the next article. The word is substantial and on-demand viewing. Again, give them 15, 20, 30 seconds to find these 2 words. Remember, they cannot find the word until they look at the whole text. So when they find the first one, they will underline it. When they find the second one, they will underline it, and make sure that they have their pencils and they are underlining these texts. Do not ask one student at a time. Okay, that's not the idea. This is designed so that all the students are doing it at the same time. And after, let's say, 30 to 45 seconds, you can show them. And which words help explain the meaning of substantial? The word number, substantial numbers. So if we are talking about a number, what is the meaning of substantial? Big or small? On-demand viewing, what explains that? Want to watch a show of their choice at a time that suits them best. So on-demand viewing is now the new way we view television. We do not wait for the program to come on. We can look for it and watch it at any time we want. There are many providers, and you know some of them. The next one is find the word routine. Again, you underline it. Which words will help explain routine? The words that will help explain routine is same, day in and day out. Same, day in and day out. And critical issue, again, we're looking for critical issue. They will underline the word. What other words will help explain critical issue? Climate change, destructive consequences. So these are words that will help explain critical issue. Now, when we have done that, we go to the titles in the book. So what the textbook wants is we have these 6 titles, and we need to decide which title goes with which of these 6 articles. So the way to do it is this way. We tell them, read each title, then write what words or details come to your mind around each. So you read the word technology. What does it remind you of? Computers, electronics, tablets. Each student will make a circle and write maybe similar words, and different words. But this is what's coming out of their minds. When you finish, in pairs tell each other the words that you wrote, and they need to share. Again, you have 6 titles. We can share the words in half a minute or a minute. So when they finish one, they go to the other, they make a circle, and then they think about unusual buildings. What comes to our mind? Unusual buildings. Maybe the Tower of Pisa in Italy, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, or maybe Burj Khalifa in Dubai. So these are unusual buildings, right? Burj Khalifa. All right. Again, when they finish all of Khalifa, when they finish all these, don't do each title and talk. Let them finish circling all the titles, writing their words, and then they tell each other what they wrote. Why do we do that? Because when we talk to each other and we say a word to each other, it helps us remember another word. So this is the next task. What's the task after that? So now all of these have been circled, and each one of them has a word or more around it, right? The next step is to tell them, now go to the 6 articles again. Read all 6 very, very quickly, and find words or details from each article and write it around the title. So you went to the article like this, and you started to read them. There are 6 of them, and you found words here or in the other one that can go with technology. So what are the words that can go with technology? We add them to the circle. So this is the way we are building what is called a concept of the word rather than just a definition. So technology brings to mind computers, electronics, ebooks, digital. Since they are all reading the same articles, they will probably write the same words. Then we do that again for unusual buildings, all right? We put a circle. I mean, the circle is already there, and each one wrote maybe 2 words. Then you read the articles again and try to find some more words that you can add to unusual building. You do the same thing for ecotourism, TV around the world, working days, and going green. Remember that these 6 are titles that we are going to place with each article. So how do we find the main idea? Let's sum up. How do we find the main idea? We read the title and we make a concept map of the title like this. All right, we already did that. So now you are summing up what they learned. Step number 2, then you read the article and you add more words from the articles to the titles. You do that for all 6. Now, when you read the title with all these words, what is it going to tell you? It's going to tell you the main idea of the text. That is, to find the main idea of the text from the title, take the title, put some words around it, come to your mind, read the articles, find some more words, and now you know if it's technology, computers, electronics, ebooks, digital. It means that this title is for the first article. This is one of the ways. There are many other ways. This is one of the ways that you can find the main idea. Now, you ask them to do this by themselves, but they have to follow the process, not just put the answer. We want to see the process. In other words, you tell them, circle the word fun time. What comes to your mind? Write a couple of words. Please don't read. In fact, it would probably be better if you don't put the 3 articles, you just put the 3 titles on the screen first. So fun time, young people build a country. What comes to your mind? I know what's happening in the world. What comes to your mind? After you've done that, then you read all 3 and say, what can I find here that I can add to each title from the reading? So for example, youth play a youth, young people. Oh yeah, we can add the word youth, you know. They are vital resources worth investment by the nation for progress. Oh, progress and development. We can probably add those here. So you keep doing this for all 3. And once you have enough words around each title, you will know for sure which title belongs to which article. This is called the learning process. Our students are in the classroom not to give the answer, but to learn how to find the answer. So once they finish this, you can give them feedback with the titles there. And now we're almost at the end of the period. You want to give them the focal point task. Now you can do it in 2 ways. This is the higher level. We said, write a title for each of the 3 articles. Notice that we have new articles now. So how would they write the titles? They need to go to the article and find important words. Man, most intelligent species. Man is involved in so many activities. Man grows mentally. Man has been granted with intelligence. Man has made complete use of intelligence to make his life comfortable, not like animals. So what could we write as a title? Again, do the same thing for this one and this one. Now, if this is too difficult for your students, what you do instead is, instead of saying write a title for each of the 3 articles, you actually put 3 titles, and then we will do it like the blue one. But if your students are at higher level, now no two people might write the same title, which is great, but all of them will write titles. So the title indicates the main idea of the article. And then when they finish, you can actually tell them, go to the next slide. And these are suggested titles. But if you think your students are not at the level of writing titles, then what you do is you take these titles and you put them here at the top, and then it will replicate the one before. I hope that you enjoyed this lesson and you'll be able to modify it to suit your students. This lesson is on YouTube, and if you go to Eli's 21st Century Knowledge Community, you will be notified when I put a new lesson up. I would like to thank you for participating. These are my contact details, and hope to see you in the next lesson. So the lesson after this is going to be for the second session. Take care of yourselves.